Welcome to the Casual Cast. I am your host, Antonio, and with us is Steven Barrientos. Yeah,
Yeah, let's
that
get
was
this
the
started.
fire. We're bringing you live the tunes, the jams. That was "Take the A Train," as made famous by Duke Ellington. I think it was written by Billy Strayhorn. The OGs,
Dude, ever since you started playing that song here and there, it's been stuck in my head. It's like super catchy.
dude. So this week was amazing. Shout out Eastern Washington University for bringing out the homie Logan Richardson.
Who is Logan
So
Richardson?
Logan Richardson is an alto sax musician, a jazz musician out of Kansas City.
Kansas. Shout out to
Yeah.
Kansas City. Shout out.
Shout out Kansas City,
I think
Kansas City Chiefs. They got a badass fucking football team over there.
yeah.
But this guy on alto sax came and shredded this week, and dude, his band was a rock band based like jazz group, and
Dang.
they brought some gent with jazz. Oh, it was just so great to watch. And then this guy was saying like, the album he just dropped was called Blues People, and it's about like what it's like to be growing up in the slave South or whatever.
Uh huh.
And he's like, take a moment of silence to remember all the great musicians who've lost their lives or given us these great tunes. And we took a moment of silence, and I was just naming off names like Thelonious Monk, Duke Ellington, Miles Davis, John Coltrane, all these jazz greats. Duke Ellington, who wrote Take or who made Take the A Train and shit. Like all these guys are African Americans. Like, and to play their music, you have to like. He said it's like it's more than just submitting to them. It's like kneeling down and like praising their you know what
There's
they did and what they gave us. Their
yeah.
music is just such a huge part of what we do, and what we love. Jazz is just that serious. People take it so serious. It's so sick, dude.
It's a serious art. It's a. I feel like jazz is like a reformed art of music, like that really pristine and just beautiful.
Yeah, it demands respect because you need
Exactly.
you need to know the style. If you don't know the style, then you're not playing jazz. You're lying pretty much.
Yeah, jazz has like a very special format, like a very special recipe. It requires the best ingredients,
Yeah, the best two
the
five
finest,
ones. Mm,
top quality.
yes.
It's like, oh man, um, recently I bought like a pretty expensive steak from Walmart, and I'm like, heck yeah, like I remember how that steak tasted from Costco. This is gonna be like legit, hopefully it's gonna be the same thing. And I bite into that thing. It's not the same, dude. And it's not the same quality, and that's how
Fuck.
it works with music, man. You gotta have the right instrument, the right. Mostly, it's the right player. If you don't have a
Mhm.
seasoned veteran
Yep.
equipped with all the knowledge and skills,
Straight up.
exactly.
Yep. And we are growing musicians. We're gonna hopefully reach that level. Like that's one of my goals in life is to tour with my homies, including you, Steven, and like, whoever else is serious. Like
Yeah,
we're trying to build an empire, and I want to see the world and play my tunes and have fun.
sounds
you
like
know, be me.
best thing ever.
Yeah, man.
So Antonio, I have a few questions for you to get this rolling.
Yeah, dude. Let's help the
Okay,
cast figure out who we are.
let's see. Let me find a good question. Here we go. This is a question everyone can ask themselves. Or okay, I'm not sure where I'm going with that, but anyway, what's something you failed at?
Oh man.
It's a pretty tough question.
I failed I've just failed myself this week earlier. Um uh as a musician, as an actor, we go through this process called auditions, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
anyone who's gone through an audition knows that there's like a pressure. You have to present yourself like the best, like I am the best, I am number one for this job or position or whatever.
Uh huh.
And so this week I tried to audition for Code Red, which is the university pep band that plays at the basketball games, the volleyball games. So I auditioned, or I got sick the first day of school.
Heck yeah.
So that starts me off, on a fucked up foot.
Okay.
And then I see that there's auditions, and I'm just sick. And then I go home for the weekend, and it's my birthday weekend, so I'm jamming at my house, you know,
Uh huh.
partying. And then I come back for school on Monday, and Monday is my birthday, September 24th, and I just get drunk, dude. I got shit faced, so I get so fucked up, I'm in the toilet, at the end of the night. The next morning I'm hungover and I don't even remember that there's a fucking audition. And so that Tuesday after my drunken birthday, I'm hungover. I forgot that I had to prepare three fucking audition pieces. So I go to this audition and they're like, "All right, play the three tunes." And they put the tunes up and fuck. Man, I've never choked. I've never failed that hard. I've never flopped on an audition or anything. Like I always come prepared, but that one I just showed up and I didn't know what to do. Like fuck.
Damn, man.
So that was a pretty big failure as of late, you know. But I like how Jan, our alto one at CBC. Shout out to Jan DeCuros, um, badass alto sax player in Tri Cities. Uh, he's like auditions, you get some and you lose some. It's not. It's just the way it is. You know.
Exactly.
You know.
So I feel like, oh man, I'm trying to like scratch my brain for a good something I feel that. Um, Man, I feel like a lot of them are like really personal, so I don't really feel
Yeah.
too comfortable about bringing them up. So
Yeah.
I'm
There's a bunch of things that have failed at too. Like in CBC, I had a fucked up time with English 102. I hated writing essays because that was the writing portion of the English,
uh huh.
requirement. And I'm gonna take a hit, so that's how it rolls here
I think
in
I,
the Washington State.
I think honestly something I have been failing at is it's really weird. I've had this weird um standstill where I don't know. I'm not really. It's really you. I used to like listen to music all the time, like every single day. You know, I would have like stuff on my phone to listen to it. Playlist. I would, you know, basically, I was a music nerd, just listening to stuff all the time, like learning the lyrics of my favorite bands and just nonstop listening. And now I'm kind of at a stage where like I'm not really listening to too much music anymore, and I don't know why. And I'm not really picking up the guitar too much either. It's not that I'm not serious or anything. I just feel like I'm in a weird like standstill, and I feel like I'm failing. Because of that, I'm failing as a musician.
And see, like like the musicians I know, like most of my colleagues here in college,
Uh huh.
like they don't struggle, with practice, you know, and I do. Like I go days where I'm like, fuck the guitar, like I hate this thing,
Yeah, you know what I mean?
and maybe it's because it's the guitar. Guitar is such an annoying instrument. Like it's so it tests you because like okay, you've gotten this good, but you're not that good.
Yeah,
Like
I know what you
it's like,
mean.
and so you feel like it's an like Super Mario 64 when you're going up those staircase to the boss and you can't reach it because you don't have enough stars.
Yeah.
So you're going up an infinite amount of stairs,
You don't have enough XP.
so until you drop that album that takes you, on the tour, or it gets you like going,
Uh
you're gonna
huh.
be stuck. You're kind of stuck on that staircase, until that day comes where you do have enough XP and you can tour and you
Yeah.
can take on the boss. You can take on the Bowser.
Exactly.
Like I'm gonna take down so many Bowsers. You know. See, that's my mindset. Like I'm determined to go the distance. I don't need anyone else.
Uh huh.
To help me get there because I have it in me. It's just part of what I'm gonna do.
I feel like with me, I really burnt myself out. Like I pushed really hard. I was pushing myself, and I've grown kind of like bored of it. Like I want
Yeah.
to, um,
You have to enjoy the
I,
process.
I want to like shift gears.
Yeah,
And
and Elias was saying the same thing to me. Shout out Elias Garcia.
shout out to Elias, man.
Yeah, he's probably one of the reasons. Like he's the most inspiring person I've met.
This
That
man
guy,
is a casual guru,
he's the reason we're called the Casual Cast because he.
a casual philosopher.
he's a what's he, a philosophy major from Central Washington. Shout out to Central Washington University
Shout out.
and all my Wildcats. I don't know how to meow. Whatever the fuck.
Hey, that was pretty good.
Anyways, um, yeah, he spits a lot of philosophy. Hopefully, we're gonna have him on the podcast soon. But
I'm excited to have him
he,
on.
yeah, he's in Japan right now, and like for someone at a Grandview, where we're from, to be in Japan and have a job like he does, he has a job teaching kids English at elementary school. That guy's determined as fuck, like, but he does the same thing like us. He gets burnt out,
Hmm.
you know. He's like, I want to do art. I want to do vlogs because that's the thing he's into is vlogging now. He's taking videos of himself and
You should check out his
send.
channel. He's called Casual Complex.
Yeah, check out his Instagram at Casual Complex. Um,
I've watched a couple, and they're all just very inspiring and very motivating. I
yeah,
love
and
it.
and his YouTube channel, Casual Complex. What this guy's doing is he's out there in Japan. He doesn't have his homies, us, or his family, but he's such a determined dude that he's gonna spread the message of himself, through
Hmm.
his channel, and man, what a great person. But
Living the
yeah,
dream.
he was telling me like, fuck, dude, I can't be doing this shit. Like, I can't be making music. I can't be making my art. It's hobbies. Those are my hobbies. They're not my thing, you know,
Hmm.
is what he was saying. So, I feel you. Like music's definitely something that
It's
takes
an
a long time to master,
it's a nonstop pursuit. It's not just like, hey, like we're just gonna do this for like 2 years, and then, I should be done.
Mhm.
And I feel like that's kind of with everything. With everything, it's just a nonstop. There's never enough is never enough. You know,
Uh-huh.
like that happened in any place you go. Like if you start studying computers, if you know reading you have to like read books all the time in school, or heck, even something as simple as working on aircraft. Like I remember when I was working in the Navy,
Mm-hmm.
um, I got like a huge qualification, and like getting this qualification was like a big milestone in like everyone's aviation career in the Navy. And it took me about 7 months of nonstop training, nonstop studying to get this qualification. And once I got it, I was like, oh, I'm done. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I hit the peak. I get to chill now. But nope.
Nope.
There's always more to learn, man. There's always something. There's always like another milestone. There's always another, you know, there's always another mountain to climb. And
Yep.
it's not to just you know to to annoy you, or put you off or anything. It's just to improve yourself. And at first I didn't really feel that way. I felt like my boss and everyone was just trying to pick on me, or they were just trying to be a bunch of hard asses, like, oh, like you're not good, and all that BS. But anyway, um, I later realized that they're just trying to improve me, and that's one thing I really loved about being in the military, is that there is nonstop improvement there, and there's always someone trying to push you up, But now, like at my new job, it's it's like the complete opposite. Like it's pretty savage. People w- like don't want you to know that much, because then if you don't know that much, they can stay on top of you and like be better than you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. Yep.
And
It's everyone's got their own levels, different levels at their job, and that's the one thing that's different about work than it is about school or like any other thing you do.
mm-hmm.
Like you're pretty much equal headed. You know,
Yeah.
but at your job, there's a boss. And then there's a co-manager, and then there's motherfuckers who run this and that, branch.
Yep.
And it's annoying having to listen and take answers, but that's the way of the world, and you gotta fucking deal with it,
Yep.
you know.
Okay. Let's move on to another question. Okay, let's see.
Make it all.
Okay, this is another one that they have on here. um, what do you wish you had known when you started out um, music? When you first started out music, what is one thing? Say like the first day you started college. What is the one thing you wish that you could have known?
I don't know, dude. Music or college? I don't know where to go after that.
Heck,
But
let's go with music.
if it were music, see, I got my first instrument when I was like 5 or what? No, wait, no, 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a fucking piano, and I should have stuck with it all the way to the end. Because
I hear you.
if I would have started with that, then I would have been so much sharper now. Like I play the piano now, but
But imagine if you
I
started when you're 5.
see. Shout out Gavin Dunn, fucking pianist from where does he go? Where did he go to? Chiawana High School. Yeah, I think that's where he went to in Tri Cities. I forgot which city, but I think it might be Kennewick. But this motherfucker has been playing since he was like 5 or maybe younger, you know.
Jesus.
And his brothers had played before him, and then he had picked it up last or something. Like he's the youngest, and he just zoomed past everyone. This motherfucker is the best pianist probably out of Washington. One of the best pianists out of Washington. And motherfuckers, how old are you?
Me?
Yeah.
Right now I'm 21.
So he's probably like 19. Yeah. He's like
Dang.
he's still a baby, and like kid's a beast on the keys, you know. But it's cuz this motherfucker started at 5 and his parents, put him in lessons,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Dang, right off the bat. That's the
right
best way
off
to
the
do it.
bat. Yeah, my parents didn't know that I was into this shit right off the bat. Like,
Did they think that it could have just been like a phase or something?
it was the Guitar Hero thing, you know, like you were saying. Like we bought Guitar Hero. My sister got the guitar. I got the piano, and I wanted the guitar. You know, like I picked up the guitar,
You're
and
like, hey, that looks a lot cooler. I want to do that.
it's the skateboard of instruments. The
It is.
guitar, it's so cool. Anyone who's holding a guitar is usually cool. You know.
Yeah, like you don't even know how to. You don't even know. You don't even have to know how to play it. You can just hold it, and stand there, and you look pretty badass.
Like in our we made a music video back in Grandview High School for multimedia production.
Mhm.
Shout out Tristan Poteet, Austin Dorr, Quay George, and I guess Taylor Ham. She was part of that shit, but she was sleeping that day of the fucking filming. But dude, we made a crappy music video, and Tristan, he's holding the guitar and strumming at a time with the fucking song. It looks so bad, but I mean, just because he had the guitar in his hands, he looked sick. Oh man, that music video was so bad. Oh, gotta fucking link that video to this shit, or like, that's funny, dude. That's a funny video. I
Heck
think
yeah.
Bradley Charvet like really took off after that year with that class. Like,
Uh huh.
man, the multimedia guy or Mr. Charvet took over after that point.
Okay.
Like I remember when he would start filming everything, he started filming the West Side Story, you know,
Uh huh.
whole what was that? He filmed it on the worst night too. He filmed the West Side Story on the worst night that we performed it. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, like isn't that when we had the most like it was our first night. We had the most like screw ups.
No, it was the second night. The first night was fine. The second night,
What happened the second night? I can't remember.
oh my gosh. So the guy running the sound, oh, the pitch knob on the CD player, it was up like a half step or a quarter step or something.
Uh huh.
And so we're used to singing it in this key, or whatever.
Yeah.
But the motherfucker on the soundboard didn't know what he was doing, and I
Jesus.
guess it accidentally was up, like a whole step or a half step, so everyone was out of tune and sang horribly. Like, oh my
Do you
god, it
remember
was
what
so
song it
bad.
was?
And it was all of them. For the first half of the show, it was all of them, and then it was worse because shout out Miss Foster, struggling struggling on the keys. She's trying to play the piano parts, but the piano parts aren't in the same key as the fucking recording because it's all shifted. So she's playing out of key with the recording, and it's just, oh my god, kill me. I was Tony in that, you remember?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. Shout out Inez.
Heck yeah! Shout out to Inez.
Fucking Inez Torres, our homie. On Where's she living now? She lives in Egypt.
Really?
Dude, she lives in Egypt and she's married.
Jeez, that's crazy,
Yeah,
dude.
man.
Crazy
That was
thing.
Maria. That was Maria
Like,
right there.
dude, like
My
another
Maria.
another person that was from Grandview just ends up on the other side of the world.
Yeah, that's what Grandview does, man. It's a whole, and
It's either
there's
you get sucked into it or you get blasted out of it.
I don't know. There's not too much going on there. Like, it's not a lot of jobs. You know, I mean, the DC's the best thing there.
Hmm.
It's got you know, but it's growing. They're putting a new high school in. I'm glad to see that.
Yeah, it's about time.
You know.
Man, I still can't believe like right after I I went to juvie that one time over there. Like right after I got in trouble over at Grandview High School, they literally put up like they turned it into like a cage.
Oh my god. Dude, that was what that was fall formal.
Well,
Shout out fall formal 2013.
oh,
So,
that was a good time.
you remember that time? No, you weren't there cuz you weren't in school that time.
Oh no, I wasn't. I was actually going to Monroe High School.
So get this. We're at lunch. It's fall. It's about this time of year, right? We're getting ready for fall formal.
Yeah.
So, um shout out Taylor Colson. She takes a picture of this cake
Oh.
and and posts it on Instagram at 6 in the morning or something, and it says "fall formal?" question mark on the cake,
Did you
and
see it in the
then
morning?
I didn't see the post.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I didn't see the post until after this happened. So it's lunch. I'm surrounded by the homies, Milagro, Katie, Sawyer. Or no, wait a minute. Was it these people or was it a different class? No, it was a different class. Shout out to those homies anyway. They're still part of the best band ever at GHS. But I'm sitting at the table with all the band kids. And then Taylor pops in and drops this cake in front of me.
Skadoosh.
And it says fall formal question mark. And I look and I look at Taylor and she's like and she looks at me and I'm like, who's this for? And she said it's for you. And I'm like, oh.
Okay, okay. I'd ask you a question. So, like, were you kind of hoping that it was legit someone else,
I, no joke.
or okay? So, like, did you know that it was you, or
I didn't know if it was for me yet. I was like, wait, is this for me? Or like I was trying to check, you know.
like
I
you
don't know. Yeah,
you
I
aren't
was trying
serious
to
or anything,
check,
are you?
and then she's like, yeah, it's for you, and I'm like, oh, sweat goes down my fucking back of my neck, like, and and I'm panicking, I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, sure.
yeah,
So you don't
go,
seem like
okay.
a dick in front of
Yeah,
all your close
in front of
friends.
all my homies, right?
Uh huh.
I have to go now. And I leave, and I'm just so like, what the fuck just happened? Like,
Yeah.
I come back to the lunch table, and my cake has been munched on. Everyone's eating it.
Heck yeah.
Like, so I didn't even get a piece of the cake, but
Really?
I think I got like a little. I
A
didn't even
sliver?
no. I think because I was so freaked out, I wasn't even. I didn't even want to bite.
Oh, that makes sense. Like you didn't want to show that. You like you would feel like you would have to say like yes for sure. Like you had to stick to your answer if you ate the cake. It like sealed
Oh
you in.
man. So I was freaking out all day.
Uh
So
huh.
I ended up going. It was right before band class. I was waiting in the hallway, and hey, Cassandra, shout out Cassandra Martinez. Would you go to full formal with me? And then she smiles and she's like, yes. And I'm like, fuck
Yes.
yeah. So I like score, and then I'm like, oh crap.
Oh god. You're like,
Well,
oh wait, I have to solve this other problem.
now I have to tell.
Okay, so I I I've heard this story before, but I have one
Oh
question.
my
So
god.
like if Cassandra said no, would you have gone with Taylor?
I don't know. See, here's the thing. Like she said yes, so that's the only answer I needed, right? Like
Yeah.
it's just the game. It just played itself.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have it play any other way. But if it did, fuck. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I was talking to Sam then, but I could have probably asked her too, you know.
Yeah,
But yeah, those were those days.
the good old days.
Ugh.
Man, dude.
High school was fucking innocent. You didn't have a job or responsibilities,
You,
you know.
man, like you don't realize it until like it, like until like 2 years later or something. That's what happened to me. Like 2 years
Dude,
later, I was like, dang.
it was easy.
And now like I'm over here like tell my brother like, dude, just just do what you can, man. Take advantage of your time in high school. I'm like saying like exactly what older people said to me when I was still in high school.
Straight up.
Like you don't know until you freaking know, man.
Like I was telling that to Jared because he's going through his senior year right now.
Yeah, like you really don't know. Cause when you're in high school, man, it just feels like you're gonna be there forever. Especially like, when you're a freshman, you're like, dang, like 3-4 more years of this BS.
Oh my god.
Dude, did you ever think that in high school? Like, dang, I'm gonna be here for like 50 more years.
No, dude, dude, I was having so much fun in band that it went by super quick.
Dang.
Like the first year, I was like, oh dang, this first concert, like I was like, oh, that was the last concert of the year. I was like, fuck, like that was really fast. Like
Yeah.
I gotta go do shit, you know.
Uh huh.
And so that's why the next year I joined drama. That shit was fun.
Drama was like the best decision I ever made in high
Shout
school.
out, shout out, Miss Manship.
Shout out Miss Manship. She was an amazing woman.
Great teacher. Um,
Role model.
actor, singer. Um,
She was a triple threat. Maybe quadruple.
she knew how to direct, man, and get the best out of her students.
Yeah,
Or
she just knew how to like work with people and just like bring them up instead of push them down.
mm-hmm. She had experience, like so much XP. Like, goddamn. Yeah, when she told me I was Tony in fucking West Side Story, I was like, fuck.
What am I gonna do now? This is
Hey,
actually happening.
I signed up for it. I was
Yeah.
ready to go. I auditioned with um what is that Coheed song?
Oh. Dun, 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 Man, I can't remember. My wonders is to hold your neck in my arms and feel you scream.
Yeah, dude, like
That one.
fucking I came in with a Coheed song and that was enough to get me a tenor,
Heck
you know.
yeah.
Shout out Coheed and Cambria, Claudio Sanchez.
Yeah, shout out to Cody and Canberra. I love that band.
God damn, talk
They're
about
amazing.
the best band in the one of the best
Yeah,
bands in the world.
they have to be. Hey, did you hear that them and Sean went for a tour like over in the UK?
And they're asking for people to show up. It's like those shows would have been sold out in the US.
Yeah, man.
Like
Man, if that would have if they would have had like, you know, a venue in Portland and Seattle and even Canada, I would have gone to all three.
yeah, dude,
Like
guaranteed
like
sold
like what
out.
were the odds? I didn't even know that like they knew about each other or like that they even like, talk to each other.
Acknowledged.
Yeah, acknowledge each
Yeah.
other. Yeah. And yeah, so happens that our one of our two favorite bands like ends up touring together.
Oh my
For me,
gosh.
for me, like I was happy for like a second, for a millisecond, and then it felt like a huge like slap across the face, a slap across the cheeks.
Don't be too sad cuz you never know. They could do a US tour.
Yeah, yeah.
What if they fuck with each other, you know?
Hey, I wouldn't doubt it, man. Like they might be thinking like, oh man, like it went all right in the UK. Like imagine if we did it like down in the United States.
The United Snakes.
The United Snakes.
Yeah, there's a lot of rattlesnakes out there, dude.
Yeah, be careful, guys. You know, watch out for them snakes. All kinds. There's
Yeah.
all kinds of snakes, not just ones with
Slytherin.
rattles.
Shout out Slytherin.
Shout out to Harry
Slytherin
Potter.
house. Harry Potter.
Man, dude, like I love watching movies that I haven't watched since I was a kid. Cause, but before I rewatch the movie as like my adult self, you know, I just have like this pre notion of like how the movie went, you know, or like what it's all
Uh-huh.
about, you know. And when I was a
Yep.
kid, I I feel like this may be with most people that like when you watch a movie, you can't you can't really understand the plot. You just like, oh well, a snake bit him, and then this happened, and then you know they got sad. But you man, when you get like legit analytic skills as an adult and you watch a movie, man, it's so deep, man. Uh like recently, like my wife Yachty, she took me through a wonderful ride of Harry Potter that I haven't been on since literally like the last movie came out.
Mm-hmm.
I just, you know, I watched every movie, every Harry Potter movie. I just watched it in theaters, like from like 3 to like maybe like 13. I forgot when the last movie was, but man, if you haven't watched like the full series, the movies since you were a kid, you should rewatch them. They're so great.
Dude. So my life is fucked.
What?
So you go to Walmart, you can't even find a single copy of one single like video from the series, you know?
Uh huh.
So I have every Harry Potter movie except for the last one. Like it's just why? And so I go to Walmart trying to find the last one and I just
Doesn't exist.
you have to go to like a big like you have to go to Fred Meyer or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Dig up some like ancient like Harry Potter case.
Yeah, dude. The fucking Harry Potter series. That shit was lit. It was great growing up with those kids.
Like it really, I really want to like actually read the books now. I just I only watched like oh no I only read the first two books and then I just stuck to the movies, man. Because the movies
Hmm.
they're really good. I mean I can't compare with the books because I haven't read them, but I
Uh-huh.
enjoyed it. I enjoyed every single one.
Yeah, dude. For all the hardcore fans who read, you know, like they can probably enlighten us in the comments like how much better the books are than the movies. You know, I've heard complaints that oh they don't give you the full scope
Yeah,
in the
the full.
movies.
Okay.
It's kind of like I missed the fucking the series of unfortunate events, you know?
Yeah.
Like that movie series with Jim Carrey was amazing. Or it wasn't even a series. It was just one single film, but god damn it, why didn't they finish it, you
Oh
know,
man,
like
I really wish they yeah they would have made it into like a legit like movie series like Harry
cuz
Potter.
those books
I
were legit
I
fun to
actually
read.
read every single one of those books. Like
It was great.
I didn't read the Harry Potter series, but I read every single one of the series and the Fortune Events books. Oh man, they were so good. Like I
Great
got sad that I read every single one and I couldn't use them for AR points anymore.
time.
You know what I'm talking about?
Dude, I remember I remember AR like requirements in middle school, and like if you didn't meet the requirements you didn't get to have fun on the last day of school.
Like there was like a gigantic like recess that was like super recess or something.
It was an extra recess with floaties outside
Oh man, I
and
miss
like
being a kid.
games and like games at GMS, the little pups, you know.
Yeah.
And so get this, we I didn't meet no one, all these homies, just these little thugs. Like none of us read books, so we just didn't fucking get our AR point. And so we're chilling there on the last day of school, and we're supposed to like not do anything, but it's like,
Be sad.
come on, it's the last day of school. There's nothing to do. You like, so shout out Mr. Sorensen. He he knew that I played guitar, and because I had done the Star Spangled Banner, the Hendrix version,
Yeah, I remember that.
you know, for the assembly,
Dun, dun,
and
dun.
so on the last day of school of like seventh grade, during that AR detention shit, he's like, "Hey, come over here. I'm gonna show you these hot licks." And so he showed me all the guitar like licks that Eddie Van Halen, all the fucking all the shredders use, to fucking
Yeah.
like, and they're super like simple. They're like three note like combos, you know. And it's like, dude, from that day, like I was like, I'm ready to solo, like shred.
Shred it up.
God damn.
Man, how I started learning guitar was of course the it was all about Guitar Hero, man. Like I wouldn't have picked up a guitar if it wasn't for Guitar Hero.
Sweet Child O' Mine. That guitar solo on
Oh man.
on Guitar Hero. Oh my god, that's why I had to get a guitar. I was like, dude, this is so lit.
And
God.
my my grandma she got me like a little it was like a rip off of like a no, it was a Fender Squire. Never mind, it wasn't a rip off. It was legit. It was a
Yeah,
Squire,
dude.
and I had like a little crate amp. And the first thing I wanted to do was to play like in the in the elementary school talent show, man. And
Whew.
my uncle he taught me like basic beginnings of songs. Like he taught me to Smoke on the Water and Sunshine of Love and um Iron Man, like
Oh
just the
man.
beginning, all single note. And what I did is I just combined them all together. And oh man, when I played at the talent show, man, that was so legit. That was like my first gig.
How old were you? Like
I
as in
was
elementary?
I
You're
was in
probably
fifth
like
grade.
10.
I was in fifth grade.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Like how old was I? Like is that like 10, 11 years old?
Do you remember what elementary school that was?
Oh, it was Arthur H. Smith. Shout out.
Fuck yes.
Shout out. Arthur H.
Fuck yeah.
Smith.
Koalas. Dude, the little koalas.
I'm
What's
a
up?
dude. I know the song. I'm a Smith school kid. I'm a
I'm gonna
quality
take a
kid,
piss.
and I something like that.
No,
So,
no, you gotta sing the song while I take a piss, dude. Sing the song, get them hyped,
dude,
dude. Get the quality
dude,
kids hyped.
I remember most of it. It's like I'm a Smith school kid. I'm a quality kid, and I find from myself something something, and I go, and then it's something like that, and then it goes, and then I'll try to do the best I can. I'll read and I'll write and I'll learn. Uh, that's all I remember. So while Antonio's taking a doodle in the toilet stoodle, let me tell you a little bit. Let me do a monologue. So today I got a haircut from my brother, and he did really good. You know, just a little update on my
Hey.
brother. And he had me do he did like a hard part and high fade, and shaped up the top of my head, and um, he gave me like a nice little square up in the front. And man, literally everyone in that school basically applauded him, gave him a standing ovation. And yeah, that's mostly been my day, and I've been working on Windows troubleshooting, trying to get a career in computer stuff, thinking about um, go, getting down with Microsoft in Bellevue, Washington. That's that's my that's my goal here in a couple, maybe a half a year. So so I'm studying this class on it's on EDX. You guys should definitely check that out if you're interested. And I'm taking some classes. EDX they offer classes from I think Harvard put stuff in, and Berkeley, and you name it. And also of course Microsoft does their own class stuff, and you can take these classes for free. And Yeah, you can do the whole thing, take the test, learn everything about it. But the only catch is like if you want like a certificate, something legit, that says that hey, I took this class and I passed it. You got paid like $100 for a certificate. But I think it's definitely worth it. The reason why I have looked into this is because my wife's cousin, he he's like some sort of, I think, he's an IT for Amazon, and I think he is like a manager of his own team. And I just asked him for all, like exactly what to do and how to get into the works of computers. So that's my grind right now, and it's really tough learning computer stuff. It's like a whole other language. They have so many different tools, so many different applications, so many difference. It's insane. I swear, it's like learning computer is like learning a different language, and I've actually have learned a little bit of Japanese, so yeah.
So like what inspired you to get into the whole fucking computer thing? Like,
Computer thing. Well,
yeah.
strangely, I've I never really recognized my interest in it until recently. Like when I was a kid, I always was interested in hackers. I thought hacking like sounded really really freaking cool. And so when I was 14, 15, I tried learning some of the hacking stuff. I started learning like code like HTML, and my mom got me my own laptop, so I was trying to get all fancy with it and learn all this cool stuff and programming. And um I never really took it seriously because at that time I just had like a lot of stuff going on in my life, and I never really had time. Well, I guess I did have time, but I didn't give myself time to focus on like what I really wanted to do in the future. For me, it was just like getting over the next hurdle with like my parents and getting over like some anxiety and stuff, and those like were my small goals. I didn't really plan out for the future, you know. But now I'm like, heck, even my boss in the Navy was like, dude, like you look like someone who would work on computers. And he's like, you don't belong in aviation. I'm like, well, like what are you talking about, man? And now here I am, and I have this huge interest in computers, cause dude, like computers are the future. Computers are here. Computers are now. So,
Yes.
and I love the idea of having a job where I can sit down at home and just do all my work here.
Yeah.
I love the sound of that. I I tried out manual labor, like super physical labor in the military, and it's not for me. I even did roofing with Micah one time, and you know, it's just too much, man. Like I'm like sweating my balls off for like $12 an hour. It's not worth it. I'd rather work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, but everyone has their thing.
Yeah, I know
Like
what you mean.
Josh, like maybe for Micah that's his.
Yeah,
Maybe for and like Josh, shout out Josh Champion, shout out Micah
shout
Benfit.
out to both of those guys. Awesome
Yeah,
guys.
yeah. We'll have Micah on the podcast pretty
Like
soon here.
like
I
I'm not
hope.
trying to put them down anyway. I'm just saying like for like myself, like I'm not into
Yeah,
hard work.
yeah.
Like I can
Like
do it, but I'm not into it.
fuck, dude. This last summer I was picking cherries and like, fuck.
That's hard
Ugh.
work. It's just
Shout out,
it's a constant grind.
shout out all my pickers out there. Anyone who's been in the fields and knows what it's like to put a bucket over their shoulders,
And for your
you know,
fingertips to feel numb
you
at the
know the
end of the
grind.
day.
You know the grind. You know, I respect you, but
I feel like your cherry picking like has led to like your strong fingers for like your guitar.
accumulation of that, jerking off, and many other things. But but yeah, like manual labor. some people rock it. Like I know Josh does 5 days a week.
With concrete, right?
Sometimes, and yeah, with concrete, he
Dude,
pours concrete with
concrete
his
is hell, man. I did concrete for a little bit, man. Like Josh is a savage. Shout out to
yeah,
Josh.
dude.
You are a
Shout out
savage, man.
Josh. He's like our number one fan. When he comes to our shows,
I love Josh,
oh,
man. He like he's like in a way he reminds me of like how Miss Manship is. You know, like they're people that uplift people, man. I love people like that.
yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
Uplifters.
Josh is an upper.
Get some uplifting people like Josh and Miss Manship in your life.
Straight up, if surround yourself with people who lift you up and don't hold you down, you know.
Hmm.
Like Steven and I, we're just homies who've always challenged each other to get better, you know.
Kind of like Naruto and Sasuke in a way.
Dude, Naruto, dudes, and Sasuke, exactly, dude. Fuck yeah! Shout out to all my anime, Crunchyroll,
Oh man, yo Sakura-kan.
Sakura-con. But put up a picture from that. I'll send you one.
Okay, go for it.
But yeah, anime is another thing that's a big prevalent part of our lives. Like anyone who fucks with anime, like you understand like the beauty behind it because it's all inclusive. It's artwork, it's storytelling, it's also like philosophy and music, and it's just
And
everything.
just the passion of like the characters, like Naruto, like there's really important lessons that come up through anime. Like man, I just love how like I feel like it's a stereotype with anime, but like the main character like, just always never gives up, and and this may sound kind of goofy, but in some situations, I kind of want to be like them, man. I don't ever want to give up because there's times, man, where I've had enough, and I'm like, man, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to deal with life sometimes, but I think of Naruto, I think of like some anime characters, and I'm just like, you know what? No, I should never give up. I'm gonna pursue my dream to become Hokage.
Naruto's so determined. He's
Yeah,
just
man.
like
Sheer determination.
built
Nonstop.
built on it, dude. Man, what a good anime. What's the first anime you ever watched?
The first anime
Yeah.
the first anime I really got into that I can remember is Soul Eater. Soul Eater was the first anime that I binged on.
Oh my gosh,
But
that's a good
but
one.
I think I watched Naruto when it was first coming out, but I wasn't into it. I was like, what the heck? Like, I didn't really like it at first. But
Which one?
Naruto, like the very
Oh.
first one when he was a kid,
Mhm.
I wasn't that into it, and um, I think Brendan and Adam were the ones that try to get me watching it because oh man, these guys were awesome. They would like memorize like all like the hand movements that they would do, you
Oh
know,
my
the hand
gosh.
forms, and they would play like imaginary Naruto at recess in middle school. And it was amazing how like they memorized everything.
Just the hardcore fans.
But Soul Eater was my first one, and not, and then I remember you started watching at one point, and you're like, man, the ending like really sucked. And I remember when you told me that, I looked back at it, I was like, it kind of, in a way, it kind of killed it for me. But then I feel like it made me smarter. Like it gave me like better taste. Because I watched,
Maybe.
I'm like, you know what? Antonio's right. Like this is a terrible ending.
Like
At first, I
what
was
what
satisfied, but then
what was it? Like the bad guy was like
so
about
okay, basically
he was
this
so
dude was overpowered. Like they couldn't take him on, and this chick shows up. She's completely like I can't remember the name. She was completely underqualified. She didn't have any special juices with her, but her power was it love or something? Or no, it was friendship.
Oh my
She like
god.
so she has no scythe, no nothing, and her power is friendship.
And like and the guy blows up.
Yeah, and at first, like the last episode was pretty cool because like it turned out that like this chick was like a scythe, you know, she was like a weapon, and she was doing like all these like crazy moves and stuff. And at first, I was thinking that she was gonna like defeat him by using that, defeat him by using like this cool hidden ability.
Combat.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
no,
cool
no,
combat,
she
but
loses
no.
her. She can't use her hidden ability anymore, and then she uses her friendship, her ultimate form, her final form. And uh
Oh my gosh, what a horrible ending. See, that's why you should read the anime because just
it's probably better.
you get more out of it, you know.
Yeah. What was your very first anime?
Um yeah, I think it was the almighty Death Note, dude.
Oh, I love Death Note.
Death Note
Oh,
is fucking amazing. It's about this homie. He's in high school and he's just a little gangster. Well, he's not even a gangster. He's like just a smart kid. Just a really smart kid. And he's just bored of life. You know, he's already like ahead of everyone in school.
he's a
Like
genius.
he's a fucking G. And his father's like a police chief.
Yeah.
And and one day this notebook comes out of the sky and he picks it up and this notebook's like you can write a bitch's name in here and that'll kill that motherfucker with a heart attack. You know, no one will know why. You know, it just happened. You know, and
Yeah. They
of course this boy Light is like, you know what? I'm gonna use this power to kill motherfuckers who
who
are
deserve
fucked
it.
up.
And
He goes on a rampage, and it's amazing how far he goes to keep his tracks covered.
yeah, he's a savage, man. There's actually you should look this up. There's a live action. I think that's what it's called. It's like there's like a drama of Death Note where it's like
Uh-huh.
actual people rather than just a cartoon. And I'm telling you, this is just as good as the anime. I think it's on Crunchyroll. And
Whew.
man, like it made me so happy to find it. And then it did not disappoint. It it's like slightly different from the anime also. So like
Uh-huh.
so it's
So
not
there's
like you're getting like the
mix-ups.
same thing. It's slightly different story, slightly different outcome, and I loved it.
Let me look this shit up.
If if you've seen Death Note and you love Death Note, you should look up this live action one. I don't know its specific name or anything, but I know it exists and it's worth it.
What's it called?
It's just I don't know the specific name, but
Oh, is it Death Note drama?
yeah, there we go. It's a drama.
Oh, it's there.
It's
I'm hyped.
if
I am. Oh,
you should watch
ooh.
it. It's worth it.
Oh shit! I'm so
I
wet
was
right
not
now.
disappointed. It like that
Uh,
referring to
hearing it from you, like. But here's the thing,
what's the
man.
thing?
It just sucks. I hate talking about anime like with all of my homies because
Uh-huh.
people are so left and right.
What do
You
you
know,
mean?
like like Elias or like Josh's brother Nathan Champion, you know, like they get really like into it, like they're stingy. They're like, man, Death Note's all right, but everything else kind of fucking sucks about it. The
What do
live
you
action
mean?
shit, like they usually hate on the live action or
Oh,
anything, but
well, like
all the
the
makeup
actual live the one that they put on Netflix, I did not like that one.
that was it was pretty ass. That one we can all agree on.
It's weak, but I feel like with those
Oh,
animes, you can't rush them. You can't rush them into a movie. But this some series, this drama, they actually do every single episode. So like they take their time doing it. So it's good.
they they're doing it's all completed.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm hype.
And
I'm
like
hype.
it came out like
A couple years
about
ago.
yeah a couple of years ago, man. It's worth it. I love it.
I'm hype. So yeah, you're getting a ticket to SoccerCon or what?
Yeah. Hey, I'm posting the picture right now. Here we go. The picture of you. Let's do a fade. There we go.
You
Bam.
don't you have a? You should have a picture of SoccerCon somewhere, or like who has them? Uh, Josie. Shout
Yeah.
out Josie Mayer.
So so here's a picture of Antonio in his cat onesie at
Dude,
SakuraCon in Seattle.
it's the hottest onesie you'll get right there.
Heck,
Oh,
I have some more of you too. Like there's one of him like getting his head chopped off by like some crazy looking dude.
oh,
This dude has like a gigantic sword and like a triangle for a helmet.
dude, I'm looking at the videos and I'm looking at the rock paper scissors competition.
Oh heck
Oh,
yeah,
so hype.
dude! Oh man, I'm excited. If you love anime and if you've thought of going to Comic Con, you should definitely go to SakuraCon in Seattle. If you're in the Washington area, it is definitely worth it. It is fun. They have all types of activities that go on throughout the day. It's located at the is it the Washington Convention Center in Seattle? Is that the name of it?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's a huge venue. It's gigantic, and they have this one area where they have a whole bunch of vendors that come in and solo artists, and it's just amazing. And to top it off, at the very end of the night, they have some sort of rave, and Antonio can't he can't stay out of there. I remember when we went there, man. You went on for I swear you went on for like 6 hours, and I remember trying to keep up with you, and
And
I was trying to go and go and go, but after a while I
God.
felt like my legs were noodles. I was dancing with noodles, and I couldn't take it anymore. I was like, man, Antonio's a freaking champion over here. I can't. I, I feel like I'm like losing originality in my dance moves. I can't keep up. I've reached my limit. so so I was like so I felt bad. I was like Antonio,
Yeah,
dude.
I was sad. I was sad we had to go, but like, fuck it. It was.
I
It
was
was.
like, dude, I can't take this anymore. I'm going to the car. and
Dude, and guess what, dude? I probably would have gone until they closed.
yeah, I would.
Like,
I do not doubt it for a second. Heck, do
straight
they
up.
even close? I
It
don't think.
closes at. Yeah, dude. It closes at 4,
Dang, and then it starts back up at like 6 or something.
and then they close down and starts up at 8 or 6 or
Oh man.
starts up at 6.
But if you do go to SakuraCon, you should definitely get a hotel nearby. Because
Worth.
because if you stay there all night and you wake up in the next morning and you're like 40 50 miles away, it's a cash drive. It is a cash drive. Like you
Oh, because we have to drive from there to Mayor's house, huh?
yeah.
And I didn't have to suffer through the drive you did.
Yeah, It-
this was me pre-license. I didn't have a license till I was
oh
18 or
really?
something. Yeah. Or no, never mind. I had my license. No, I had it.
Eh.
Never mind. I just didn't drive. You didn't ask anyone else to drive because it was stick.
Oh, that's
Wasn't that
right.
wasn't
That
that
is stick shift.
which car was that?
It was a Ford Contour.
The Ford Contour. Shout out
It
the
was
Ford Contour.
actually, it's an all right car. It's all right.
It got us there.
Yeah, it got us there though.
Like good
Oh
times in
man,
that.
if I feel like I'm just doing this repetitively, but anyway, if if you don't know how to drive stick, learn how to drive stick. It is super fun.
It's a powerful skill.
It's it's a great skill to have, and it makes driving the whole driving experience much more fun. And I think stick shift cars are more fuel efficient. I mean, it may be a myth or a rumor, but
You know, they're getting really good with that, these modern cars.
yeah, like the Tesla.
Like the fucking Tesla, dude. No fuel needed. No fuel necessary. Plug that bitch in your wall.
Man, You don't even have to go to the gas station. I mean, unless you're going on a long trip, you had to actually plan that out. They don't have that many electric charging stations.
See, that's why like I was kind of tripping out. You said it goes 340 miles or 330
Yeah, it's like
like
it's three
on a full
something
charge.
on a full
And
charge.
then okay, and then you make it that 330, not even making it, you know, you can't tour with that, or can you?
You can, but the thing is, you have to plan it out. Like they're these electric stations, they're not everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
That's why there's one in Cheney.
There's one over here in Monroe,
So
and like you could plug into people's houses. Like so, like I guess like if you had homie hookups along the way where you could plug into.
let me see. Let me look up this shit. The fucking Tesla car.
Over here, I see them all the time. Like literally the other day, I walked out of work and some fool in a Tesla was just parked right out there.
Oh no way!
What?
We have a red one parked inside of Cheney,
Really?
outside of the fucking engineers building.
Eh.
Yeah, dude, they have this little fucking charging station, and it's a fat. It's all. I saw this like little thing in front, and I was like, "Why is this bitch plugged in?" Oh, it's a fucking Tesla, nigga.
And they're silent, dude. They're silent. You can't even hear them.
Yep,
They're
dude.
freaking
Fucking.
ninjas.
That's what it is, dude. But fucking, these things look sick, dude. It looks like a ninja mobile.
It's because it is.
Fuck, dude.
And
This car looks flossy.
just a little reminder, their battery is made up of 7,000 like AA batteries.
That's just nuts, dude.
Very interesting. And it said on the video on the YouTube video that since the battery pack is below the car, like all under the car, it brings the car's like center of gravity like really low, which gives it like great handling, and it also helps with collisions since it has like a solid bottom. It's more tough
Yeah,
according to this video I watched.
dude. I'd be hyped to get one of those. That'd be fucking sick for real.
I
Cause
think
there's yeah, straight up no
yeah,
like a lot less pollution.
way
But
less green energy. Green energy.
yeah, like my professor, what was his name? Ex professor, Dan Kazir or Dave Kazir. Shout out Dave Kazir over at CBC teaching the freeform. Um, he's got those fucking solar panels on
Uh-huh.
his rooftop, and my parents are thinking of getting those installed in their place too.
Oh, they should.
Yeah, and they're also thinking of putting in a pool. Like that'd be so dope.
Ooh, like
Yeah,
a legit like concrete pool like in the ground.
in yeah in the ground outside.
Oh,
You
dude,
know.
that'd be so hype.
So
The last time I went to one of those pools at someone's house was like down in Florida. Like in Florida, they have the like everyone has a pool in their backyard.
dude, that's so sick. Dude, I'd be so hyped to have one.
So is it true
Fucking
that like your parents have like a some property over in Whidbey Island?
yeah, they were smart. I don't know how they came up on that. Okay, here's what happened. Um, my parents like had dropped money down on this guy's business or something.
Uh huh.
Like my parents were investors. Like they did that. They invested in real estate too. You know,
Smart.
like they bought a house in Yakima, and you know, uh, turns out that piece of land was wanted by Yakima because they wanted to put a hospital there. So my parents sold it to them for a price. Like,
Nice.
they're smart with that shit. You know, like shout out anyone in real estate. Like
Making stacks, man.
you know, you got to get smart to do that. You know, it takes you know you have to think it out. You know, and be smart with it. Anyways, they invested in this guy's business, and like he said, all right, I'll either get you back in you know, with like a stock or something, or if it doesn't work out, like this business doesn't turn up, then then I have this plot of land that you can have, and that's what they ended up getting because
Dang, how
his
big is it?
I don't know. It could be like an acre or something. There,
In,
but
on Woodby Island.
yeah, dude. Shout out Woodby Island.
Yo, so like, is it like an abandoned? Like, there's like, it's just plain land, right?
Right now, it's just a plot of land. Yeah.
Yo, like, why don't we go camping there?
E.
Because it's private property, dude. Like, no one will like
Because it's
screw with us.
private property, because no one would touch it
Yeah. So like, we could go camping on an island.
on an island. Even I wonder if you need to take a ferry there.
To Woodby, I think you might. I think there might be a bridge. I can't remember. I can't recall.
Yeah, driving over there is crazy because all the the fucking islands are like they have either a bridge or you have to get on a fucking ferry.
Yeah,
Washington's sick.
I remember this one
Washington's
time.
pretty
My mom wanted to take us to one of those islands and hop on a ferry. And by the time like we got to the line, it was literally like it had to be 50 blocks down like line. It was gigantic. Just to wait for a ferry, man. And I was like, sorry, mom, I'm not down. Like, I'm not gonna wait 5 hours just to get on the ferry.
goddamn.
I was not down. So anyway, I feel like this is a good stopping point.
GG.
Yeah,
How long is it?
it's been an hour and 11 minutes.
Oh goddamn.
Very solid, very smooth.
Whatever.
I love it.
We're rocking. We're rolling, and we'll keep these episodes going. You
Yep,
know.
keep them flowing.
We'll see you next time. Yeah.
So
Should I play another? Should I play an outro? Yeah.
so yeah, wait, hold on. I want to tell him something. So if you guys, those of you who survived the whole hour, thank you for listening. And those of you who skipped to the very end to see what we're talking about, thank you for coming to the end. If you guys have any questions you want to ask us, feel free to throw those down in the comment section, and we can try to answer them in the next show. And feel free to subscribe and like the video if you're interested in videos like this. And yeah, let it rip, Antonio. Antonio.
There you
All right.
I don't think you got anything, did you?
Hell yeah.
All right. Bye.
All right. That was the ending. Have a good day.